Welcome to another episode of Ideas at Work and Beyond. My name is Ivan Alsime, your host. Wow. Well, we have a great show for you tonight. It's in two parts. The first half hour, we will talk about HIV and AIDS. And it is my pleasure to say that I have an HIV positive patient here with me. His name is Manny Lopez. What's amazing about him is that he has had a HIV for over 20 years without medication, without taking medication. That is very, very impressive, and I need to know how this guy, for 20 years, being positive and still alive, and he hasn't taken any medication. You will hear more about it. With him is Elke Probst. She is the HIV educator and also a counselor. So we will, for the first half hour, we are going to learn a lot about HIV, and also Manny Lopez is going to talk to us about him living with HIV. Okay, now, to my right in the middle, can you get the camera on him, please, is Mr. Lopez. Mr. Lopez, welcome on the show, okay?
Thank you.
Hi, Ivan.
Hi, Elke. How you doing?
Fine, thanks.
Good. Let me say thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to do this show on HIV. Okay, and thank you very much for getting me in contact with him to come on the show, educating the public about living with HIV. Now, I'm looking at you, sir. If I was walking down the street, I would not know that you are HIV positive, you know? And a lot of us, we don't know. We walk around, we see people, we say hi, bye, etc., but we actually don't know. I'm looking at you right now. You look very, very healthy. You look good, and I'm gonna ask you a lot of questions to find out, you know, what is it about you that is defeating this this disease. Okay, so let me say this: when did you find out that you were HIV positive?
I found out that I was HIV around 84, 85.
1980?
84, 85. I went to Project Hope in Hartford, Connecticut, and they were paying $25 to, you know, for anyone to come in and do their test, you know, for HIV, you know. So I went in there for an hour and 45 minutes, giving my testimony, you know, about my whereabouts, about, you know, my living out in the street, using drugs and stuff like that. So they asked me a whole bunch of other questions, and I, you know, refer them to them. And they told me, well, you know, after they finished doing the interview, they told me, well, for me to call them in between 2 or 3 weeks to find out the results. They do the blood work and everything, you know, and they pay me $25 just for the interview, you know. And
so at that time you were using drugs?
I was using drugs, right.
So you probably needed that $20
I needed it, yeah, just like that. I went out there and I used, okay. But I didn't get no $25, you know, to come back again, you know. I could have went, you know, and took the $25 and I would never see them, the faces again. But being honest with myself, I always wanted to check myself if, you know, if I was, you know, negative or positive. And so I went to the agency, and they sat down with me and they asked me a whole bunch of questions. If I'm okay, and, you know, if I'm gonna be all right, I said yes, I am. And they asked me if we tell you that you are positive, how will you take it? And it was crazy when, you know, I knew it from the back that I was HIV already.
Oh, so
you know, I knew it, you know, from the back. I knew it, I was HIV, because they asked me all these questions, you know. If you knew you was HIV, how would you take it? I mean, you know, you tell me how would have took it. I would have went crazy, you know, and just what I said. So I told them, you know, like a normal person say, you know, that's why I'm here, to find out if I am. You know, if I am, you know, then I gotta do something. I gotta fix it. I gotta do something about it.
Now, how old were you?
I was around the age around 20, 23, 24, 25 years old.
Wow, you were young.
Yeah, I was young when this happened.
Wow. And how old are you now?
I'm 49.
You're 49.
And I'm 49 years old.
Wow. And so how long were you using drugs?
I was using around the age around 20, 25 years old. You know, yes, I was doing, I was using drug, alcohol, anything to get me high, I did it.
Now, what was your reaction when they told you you were HIV positive?
To be honest, I was really mad at the world, I was really mad at the world, for what that I became, the person that I became to be, with this disease. It was tough because I know a lot of people with the disease didn't last too long. With medication or not medication, I see a lot of people die with the disease, and I thought I was the next person. So what I did, when I left the agency, all I did was it got more high and higher and higher. I used no protection. I had.
So in a way, you kind of knew that you were playing Russian roulette.
I was Russian roulette with my life,
right.
Right.
But okay, let me. What? You know you were playing Russian roulette, but at the same time, when you found out, you were kind of like upset with the world. What suddenly changed your attitude to I care now to being careless before you knew?
To be honest with you, my family. Oh. My family, my daughter, my son. I got 7 grandkids, and that's what gave me a 360 turnaround to think, if this is what I wanted to, keep on doing, I've been incarcerated, I've been in, I was really institutionalized. I was homeless, most of my, since I was 14 years old, I was homeless, and all I could know how to do is just, the things that, that was out there, playing around with the Russian roulette, getting high, ripping people off, selling drugs. I sold drugs to, to the community. I took away, a lot of life, from these kids, seeing me, selling drugs to their parents. I would take they clothes off their back if I had to support my habit.
So you started selling drugs around the age of 14.
Right.
You started using it around the age of 25.
20, 25, 25, 30, 35, okay. Yeah.
And do you think you could have done something different?
Different? That's all I knew how to do different. I knew how to sell drugs and everything.
That's the community you were in.
That was, the situation I was in at the time. I didn't know how. I had no education whatsoever. I had no support whatsoever. People did try to help me out, but I just, I just wanted to continue, finish my life, by doing what I was doing out there. Selling drugs in and out of, institution, and rehabs and stuff like that, But really, what really brought me to, in my feet today is that I did a 360 turnaround. I did 18 months in jail. I got out and I started using it again. And I said I couldn't live that life. So I turned myself in and I went to a detox. I detoxed 5 days. 28 days later, so I did a 28-day program. And from there, I went to another rehab, which that's where I'm at today. That's where I'm at today. I'm in Danbury, and I've been in Danbury now for 3 years, exactly. It's a beautiful house. It's, they teaching me, how to stay sober, how to stay clean, and how to pay back the community what I took away from the community. So that's what I'm doing now. I do a lot of presentations, like I say, I go to,
So, when did you start to change your lifestyle? Did you start changing your lifestyle when you actually found out you got AIDS or HIV, or is it like after years of dealing with it?
After years dealing with it, I got tired of going inside the jail, started using drugs, started hanging out,
So you were still, after you found out, you were
right.
still back on the street.
Back in the streets. I was still in the street.
I think you're kind of upset with the way things turn out, right?
Yeah, I was really upset. You know, I was, you know, really upset with myself, the way I became. You know, I wasn't brought up this way. You know, I got a beautiful family that support me today, day by day, and we you know, and it's me that, you know, decided to choose this life.
Now,
you know.
I've said earlier that it's over. You found out that you had HIV for over, well, when you were like about 29 years old, right?
29 years old.
29 years old. Now you are 49.
Right.
Okay. And what are you doing now to help you with the disease? Because from what I found out is that you're not taking any medication. Is it your choice? I mean, how did you?
No, it wasn't my choice. You know, I believe that there is a God. You know, and I say to myself, there is a God, because I should have been gone over 25 years ago. You know, I shouldn't be here telling my story today. You know, and I look at it, and like I'm saying, you know, I'm here for a reason, because, you know, God wants me to do, you know, the things that I'm really supposed to be doing, you know. And this is what I do today. I do my presentations, you know. I go to college and I go to Westcott, you know. I talk to the kids over there. I tell them my testimony and my story.
So basically, you feel that you were given a second chance for a reason. Now, you know, medically, maybe you know, Elkie will be able to, you know, to help you with that. But there are a lot of people out there who are HIV positive.
Exactly.
And who are taking medication.
Mm-hmm.
You are not taking medication.
No,
now, put it this way. I'm not the type of person who's going to go brag about God this and God that.
Right.
You know, because there's a lot of people with HIV going to church all the time and asking God for forgiveness and hoping that they don't die.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but scientifically, medically, why do you think, is there something with his immune system? Why is it that this guy is positive, hasn't taken medication? And I understand that you have a wife?
No.
Do you have a girlfriend?
I had a partner. I had a partner.
You have a partner?
Yeah.
Okay. You still have a partner?
No, I don't have it now.
Okay.
You know,
All right. Okay, when you met your partner, was your partner infected?
No, she wasn't affected whatsoever.
Okay, so did you guys engage in unprotected sex?
We had unprotected sex for a whole year.
And she knew you were HIV positive?
And she knew I was, right, and she knew it.
Is she HIV positive now?
And no, she's not positive whatsoever.
Okay.
She was incarcerated. She was incarcerated for a period of a couple of years, and she checked herself twice a year. She checked herself twice a year for the past 5 years, and she came out negative.
Okay, now explain this to me. Okay, you have been infected for over 20 years.
Right.
You had unprotected sex with a woman. She didn't have, you know, she wasn't infected when you met her.
Absolutely.
And you had unprotected sex with her. She's still not.
Right. She's still not. To this day, she's not. To this day. Right.
So, I don't know. Is it something about you and her, or is this coincidental? I mean, explain this to me.
This is something.
Or maybe your system beat it to the point where you can't transfer it. I don't know.
You know, it's very unique, and it's difficult to explain. And even if medical doctors or scientists were to investigate and research, I think it would be difficult to explain. Manny's T cells, which are the white blood cells that fight off against HIV, are very high. Which, when you're HIV positive, that's what you want. You want high T cells, and his viral loads are low. Most people who are HIV positive, when their viral loads start to increase, their HIV viral loads, that's when people start taking medication. And Manny's been very, very fortunate, and we're not really sure. He's a unique individual case.
But what about your ex-girlfriend?
It is possible.
You can't explain it.
I explain it.
And you were tested,
I
right?
was tested.
And it is positive. You are infected with the virus.
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay. Well, I guess I already asked you that. Why do you think you have gone for so long with that? And I guess your interpretation is it's an intervention, right?
Right.
Now, what are you doing now in terms of your lifestyle? What are you, like your eating habit? What are you doing to prolong your life?
Well, I do try to stay healthy. Eat the right thing, eat the right things I'm supposed to be eating. Like I told you, I'm not on medication. It's a few medication, but it's nothing got to do with my HIV. I'm bipolar. I take medication for bipolar. I take medication for going to sleep. I had sometimes having a hard time going to sleep at night. I take medication for that and high blood pressure pills. That's the only medication I'm in today. After 20-something years, that's the only type of medication I'm in. And I asked my doctor, what's the chances of me, taking medication? He told me at this moment, we cannot find a reason to put you on your medication because it's impossible for us to put you on medication.
And the thing is, you have not lost weight.
And I have not.
You're very muscular.
Right. I haven't lost no weight, because I do take care of myself. I do sleep my 8 hours, and I do my chores. Like I say, I go out there and pay the community, what I took away from these kids, when I was out there running the streets, And like I told you, this house, I did a 360 turnaround. And this house where I'm staying at in Danbury now, it did help me a lot. It got me where I wanted to be at today, because I could never, to be honest with you, I could never find another house, the house I'm living in now. And for the grace of, for the staff,
Let me tell you something. Danbury is a very welcoming
yes, it is.
City.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter what you bring
right
here, people will work with you. So this is a great city to find yourself, to find love. And that's what I like about Danbury so much. I have one more last question for you, then I'm going to go to you, Miss Elkie. When you tell people that you're HIV positive, do they discriminate against you?
To be honest with you, I look at it this way. If they do or not, I don't care how they look at it.
You find peace within yourself.
I find peace with myself. I feel good. The way me telling people. And to be honest with you, no, I haven't found a person yet that discriminate. The social end, because I look at it. I should say, look at you before you discriminate me. If you got family, you got kids, you got brothers and sisters, look at them. What could happen.
Because you don't know their lifestyle. You don't know how they're going to end up.
Absolutely right.
Okay. Miss Elkie, you are an HIV educator and a counselor. And where do you work?
I work for the HIV prevention program at AIDS Project Greater Danbury. I've been working there for about 13 years. So I do HIV and STD education. I do counseling, outreach education, which means I go out into the streets. I do education about the disease, prevention, intervention. I talk about condom education demonstration, and I also do testing for HIV and other sexually transmitted diseases as well.
How many people in Danbury have AIDS or HIV?
The statistics aren't going to be accurate because we feel they're a lot higher. People living with HIV is over 70, and people in Danbury, and people living with AIDS is over 300. But once again, the results aren't accurate because there are many people who are living with HIV that don't know they have it. They haven't been tested. There are people who know they have it but choose not to be involved in any programs, so therefore we can't gather statistics or any information. And there are people who move from other cities or towns or states that choose to go to the doctor in their previous city or town and choose not to disclose their status, in the Danbury community. So I believe it is a lot higher than...
So we can walk around the street talking to people and mingle with people, whatever, we won't even know.
Well, one of the things is I think people still have this idea of what someone with HIV looks like. Obviously, in the early 80s, there wasn't a lot of medications and things like that, and people were dying rapidly. And now, look at Magic Johnson. Look at how healthy he is, on medication. There are many other people that are living with HIV/AIDS that, are very healthy looking and leading active lives,
Okay. Well, this is it for this part of the show. We're gonna go to the news. After the news, we have Alina Brentes. She's running for mayor. She's a Democrat running for mayor, and she will be interviewed by Mighty Heiser from Richfield. But before I end the show, what advice would you give to people who are in the same situation that you are in, or family members who know someone, or actually don't know, but have a member living with HIV?
Well, what I would tell the community is that really do protect yourself. I mean, you know, if you really love your loved ones, and if you're using, you know, don't share needles, you know, go straight, you know, to any, you know, clinic. They supply you with, you know, with syringes and stuff like that. You know, that's how I got infected, you know, is changing needle. And for the kids out there, you know, like stay in school, you know, try to learn more about the disease. You know, this is something that I wish I could have done, you know, many years ago, which, you know, I didn't do it. And protect yourself, you know, protect your partner, protect yourself. Make sure, you know, that she or he is clean, you know, without this disease right here. And I just, you know, really want the world to know that, you know, it's very, very, very sad, you know, seeing people, you know, with the disease, you know. And I'm here for a reason, to help the community out. That if I could do this, you know, I know y'all could do it too. And I just wish everybody luck, and, you know, and just keep your head up and do the things you're supposed to be doing, you know, protect your partner and yourself.
Okay, I have to say this. You found out that you had the virus at the age of 29, and you are 49 now.
Right.
So you are a lucky son of a gun. I can say that right now. And you call it intervention. I would say there is something going on in your genes, you know. But good luck to you. Continue educating people. Continue being positive.
Yes.
And Elkie, what is the phone number if people want to contact you and get tested, etc.? What is the phone number?
203-778-2437, and we do confidential testing.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Thanks,
thank you.
Ira,
Thanks
for
to you
having
too.
us.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Okay, stay tuned because we have a great show for you when we come back. Alina Brentes with Mighty Heiser. All right.